Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. My name is Valeria Meneses, and as part of the marketing team at Bosch Building Technologies, I give you the warmest welcome to today's webinar. Before we begin, I would first like to start with very simple instructions that you can follow in order to activate WebEx tool for using captioning. This means automatic real-time translation for this webinar. You will see an icon on the bottom left side of your screen. Please click on this icon and you will see the list of all the available languages that you can choose from. We are really interested in knowing your feedback regarding this tool, so we appreciate you take 1 minute, more or less, to answer a quick survey after this webinar in order to know if this tool is being useful for you. Other webinar considerations is that this webinar is being recorded. We will be sharing with you the recording afterwards. And to ensure good audio quality, everyone's microphones has been muted. We will have a small session of Q&A at the end of this webinar, so I encourage you to please ask your questions during the webinar on the Q&A section. Now, without further ado, I start today's webinar on how to expand your fire safety with the new Avenar IO module I4R2. Our presenter today is Søren Whitman, which you can contact also via LinkedIn. Søren is Product Manager at Bosch Building Technologies. Søren, good morning.
So also welcome from my side. So today I will share with you our new information about our new interface module, so the I4R2. So let's start. So what do I want to do with you today? So I have a short presentation, will be around about 35 to 40 minutes. So, and sharing the information about our new interface module, so the I4R2. So the presentation will be a short summary about what are interface modules and the applications for interface modules. Then we will have a short look on the Avenar 4000 IO series, so what belongs to our new interface module series. And then we will focus a little bit more on the new I4R2 interface module. And the end is a summary, so some takeaways for you to sum the presentation and what we have talked about up. So what are the interface modules? Yeah, they are devices connected to our fire alarm panel, and they provide interfaces to integrate functionality for our fire detection system. So therefore, they are for a seamless system integration of different applications. For example, if you have HVAC control, lighting, elevators, access control, and so on. With the new interface modules, you can optimize the system performance at all, so improving the response times, for example. Also, the alarm reliability, as the lines are monitored if you use them this way. We can support efficient evacuation with connection of evacuation systems, or, for example, strobes and sounders in the fire alarm system itself. And in general, it helps us to improve the system scalability. In addition, as all these systems can be controlled via the interface modules with our fire alarm or fire detection system, it can control all these connected systems from one single point. So therefore, we have also offering an improved set of diagnostic data with our new interface modules, so that you have continuous monitoring of the connected devices. You have a system status report, and also you will be informed for device malfunctions. So this in all ensures that the fire system and all the connected devices are still remain functional. Let's have a look at some examples. So what could be done with interface modules? Please, when we are talking now about these different functionalities you might have, please consider your local code of practice. So which of these applications are allowed in your countries? So at first point, you could connect conventional special detectors to interface modules. So getting the alarms and import them into the panel and using them for fire detection. We can control also conventional signaling devices like strobes or sounders and activating them in case of a fire. Also, door releases could be controlled. So, for example, the electronic locks, the magnets for releasing the doors. With regards to dampers, so smoke control dampers or fire dampers can be connected. And also here, the information about the closure can be monitored from the system. If sprinkler systems are connected, you could also monitor the flow switch of these connected systems and give the information to the fire panel. Same functionality we also have for fire pumps, for example. And we can also monitor the external power supplies on battery or power fault. In general, you could see that this is a really huge amount of applications and use cases we could handle with interface modules. But now let's have a look on our interface module series in general. So let's start with an overview. So what is in? Our universal modules covers multiple applications. So therefore, they offer you a flexible planning. So you can use these modules not only for one use case, you can use them for many of them. With our configuration software, you could program these modules and tailor these modules to your customer needs. Our new housing design saves here installation space and time, but there we will have a closer look on one of the next slides. And we offer a very low energy consumption with these new modules so that they allow more devices on the loop so that you can connect more devices to one fire alarm panel. So let's have a look at the housing of our interface modules. So we offer a set of accessories which are based on the surface mount housing where the interface modules could be installed. In addition, there are DIN clips and a loop-through cable available. With the DIN clips, they can be directly mounted on the interface module itself so that you can mount them on a DIN rail side by side in two different directions, as you could also see it here in the image. So in the wide or the narrow installation means that you can connect or can install the interface module with a clip mounted on the side of the interface module, which saves valuable space in larger cabinets. If you use the DIN housing, so our surface mount housing, there you can see that the housing offers us a lot of space for the cabling, and also you have strain reliefs for mounting the cables so that it is quite easy and straightforward to mount our interface modules in these new housing designs. Also here in general, we have one main product. So our interface modules have the same look and feel, and also size-wise, they can be mounted all these ways through the housing, the DIN clips, or can be looped through via the additional cable. Having a look on the I4R2. Let's see what are the advantages of our new module. It's a universal module for various applications. For example, for 20 volt DC or 230 volt AC connections. So with these connections, we can control, for example, smoke control dampers. So with or without line monitoring during a fire scenario. So here we can will also have a closer look later on. So we can connect fire dampers or for wire conventional detectors, and we have also a configurable fail-safe to ensure the reliability of the system operation in case of a malfunction of the system itself. And the design is optimized on installation and configuration needs. So what we can see here is so that the application range for the new module is quite huge. So let's have a look closer to the different use cases now. The I4R2 is designed to be a universal module, so to cover multiple of these use cases, also in parallel. So we have one module for various applications. So this is a simplification for you with regards to the building planning and also, for example, cost reduction, thinking about spare parts or stock holding and so on. So we have configurable inputs in this and outputs in the module. So depending on the connected applications. As the name of the module shows, we have 4 inputs. So it's the I4, yeah, which means these are, for example, for connection of the 4-wire conventional detectors, or if you want to monitor sprinkler flow switches, damper positions, and so on. The outputs, the R2, are 2 relay outputs, so which can be used to control the high voltage and low voltage applications or devices which are connected to the interface module. For example, the smoke control dampers, the fire dampers, or door holders, etc. Let's have a look at the smoke control damper use case. So we can manage and monitor so the connection of smoke control dampers with 24 volt DC and or with 230 volt AC. For 24 volt, the interface module offers an additional output line monitoring, which means we can ensure the functionality of the line and can monitor the line for interruption, even in case of a fire scenario. With the I4R2, we can also monitor the position of the smoke control dampers. Means depending on the functionality of the smoke damper itself, we can monitor the open, the closed, or in between position, which means fault can be indicated at the panel and the module, and you know which damper is in which position at any time. In addition, you can set up a feedback time. So this you do via our configuration software to configure so the time until when a damper has to be opened or closed. So which means here you give the damper a certain time dedicated on its configuration, on specification. So until when it has to be in the end position, and then you could trigger a trouble if the end position is not reached until this feedback time. With regards to fire dampers, also here we can use 24 volt DC and 230 volt AC fire dampers. So with a flexible configuration depending on the customer's needs. So also here we have again the position monitoring. So with the fire dampers, we can monitor also the open and closed position of the dampers. With the double resistor wiring, or this is also new for our modules. You can monitor the open, closed, and the partly open with a triple resistor wiring. So here you also have the full insight how the fire dampers are positioned in your application. And again, what we had before, you have a configurable feedback time also for these devices. Let's have a look into the conventional fire detector management. For example, if you want to connect 4-wire detectors like beam smoke detectors, so one image we see here on the left side, or aspiration smoke detectors or flame detectors. So depending on which devices you want to connect to the system. So the module offers the complete management of these detectors, so including a reset and also a pre-alarm detection. So with one module, up to 4 conventional 4-wire detectors can be connected. Also here, please consider your local code of practice, how many of them can be connected parallel in your country. We offer also pre-alarm information for these conventional 4-wire detectors. For example, if you have this pre-alarm function in a smoke aspiration system with an additional relay, these can be handled via a triple wire, triple resistor wiring with a new interface module. And it is fully backward compatible for all 4-wire conventional detectors, which are can be used in our system. So therefore, we have also added different resistor values to be in line with the current used resistors in the field. Let's have a look in this fail-safe functionality of the system. So this one is to ensure a fully functional fire system after, for example, a field bus failure or power loss, which might occur in case of a fire, for example. So if something has been damaged by the fire itself. So with a fail-safe setting, you can set the operation of the system behind in remain or interrupt, which means depending on the application which is connected to the I/O module, you can choose one of these two options. What does it mean? So the remain failsafe means the connected device keeps the same behavior as before the failure. So this is, for example, important for smoke control dampers. And with the interrupt function, so there the connected device will be interrupted in case of failure. So for example, important for fire dampers. What we have talked about was a little bit, or is a little bit summarized in this slide. So we have our FLM 430 I4R2 interface module, which is connected to our panel itself. So you could mount it in the housing or on a clip in a larger cabinet, and it shows you the functionality the I4R2 offers. So as we talked about, so we have on the upper side, so the monitoring of an external power supply for faults, for example. We can add a general purpose switch to switch functionality in our system. We can use the output for general purpose signaling devices. Here it is, please consider that these general purpose signaling devices are not EN54 compliant signaling devices. So for EN54 compliant signaling devices, please use the I2M1. So with regards to the fire protection function of our module, we can connect the fire dampers with 24 volt or with 230 volt, or smoke control dampers, for example, with 24 volts. We have the door control functions, so for example, magnets or holding systems, and also extinguishing control panels could be connected. And on the lower part with regards to fire detection functionality, so we have the possibility to use the I4R2 for 4-wire special detectors. And in addition, we could also connect remote indicators to the I4R2. I guess it gives a very good overview about what is possible with this, with only one interface module for our new system. Let's have a look in the specific project requirements. So how Avenar IO Module 4000 series could support here. So for industrial facilities, so we offer an extended cable length, so which gives you much more flexibility in installation. So even if you want to install or have to install the module near or far away from the application you want to control or monitor. For healthcare, for example, we offer the reliable operation of the system itself. So therefore, we offer a comprehensive set of diagnostic data, including the EMC values, which are very important for these applications. And these help to identify the optimal installation position of the module and also the connected devices. For applications where you need a fire and smoke control, so wire dampers, for example, for parking facilities and so on, we offer the control of these dampers itself. So we can track the positioning of if they are open, closed, or intermediate positions. We have the configurable fault detection feedback so that we ensure the safety even in challenging environments. Let's have a short overview about the comparison of the modules itself. So here we can see the different applications. So what can be controlled with interface modules? For example, we have the conventional signaling devices, or the dampers itself, or controlling of elevators in the lower line of this table. So the first module of our new Avenar IO Module 4000 series was the FLM430 I2M1. So this one was dedicated for conventional signaling devices and offers also functionality, for example, for the 24-volt DC fire dampers and monitoring external devices and door holders and fire doors. Comparing it with the I4R2, you see that the feature set of the new module is quite extended with the I2M1. The I2M1 is dedicated, so main function is conventional signaling device control. The I4R2 is a general module for all these applications you see here, except the signaling device itself. So therefore, it can be used in many applications and functions in the system itself. Let's have, in addition, a short wrap up of connectivity and diagnostic data. So what are the benefits of the new interface modules in general? So we offer extended set of diagnostic data on the one hand side. So therefore, we have an increased system reliability. You have a full transparency while transmitting various diagnostic data to the panel, so which ensures the reliable operation and monitoring of the product and connected products itself. with the immunity to electromagnetic disturbances. So the module offers an enhanced immunity to these disturbances on the one hand side, and on the other hand side, continuously monitoring these EMC values. Also here, via the monitoring and using this data in the diagnostic data of the panel itself, it ensures a reliable functionality of the system itself, even in these high EMC environments. So we've seen it one slide before. So with the hospitals, for example. We can offer an effective maintenance, so monitoring all the inputs and outputs, raw data, and also the resistor values gives us insights into the system itself and if everything works as expected and also as designed in the beginning. So therefore, we have a quite efficient way to maintain the system and identify also failure root causes. And via the LEDs and the information in the panel, we have an easy way to locate, for example, system errors. So as they are visualized to the installer and to the operator. Let's wrap it up a little bit. So our new IO series in general is designed to be used in multiple applications. It is smart and tailored solution with a compact housing and a high resistance to EMC disturbances. If we have a look at the I4R2 itself, so our highlights are that we can control these and monitor smoke control dampers. So you can connect various applications with 24-volt DC and 230-volt AC to the interface module itself. We could also use it for 4-wire special detectors. Okay, and with the I4R2 in addition, we have very low power consumption and a flexible software programming of all these different functions. Maybe first of all, thank you for your time, and then we should have a look in the Q&As.
Indeed, Søren, thank you very much for this very thorough presentation. And yes, we can begin with the Q&A. I believe some people have already placed their questions. And I also welcome you to scan this QR code to know a bit more about our interface modules. And also very important to us to know your feedback about this session. We are still going to the questions, but I want to take this time to remind everyone that hearing back from you is really important to us. We want to improve these sessions. So please take some seconds of your time to scan this QR code and go through the couple of questions on there. And Søren, I do not know if you are already ready for the questions.
Yes, I'm scanning them through here. So
Good.
So maybe let's start with the first question I got. Also was a little bit with regards to the green connectors we have seen at the interface modules. So where you so the relay connectors. So there the question was, what is the maximum wire size we can use there? So and there it's defined. So you could also see it in the data sheet later on when it is available in the product catalog, that you can use up to 2.5 square millimeters for that. We have in addition a question. So why the line monitoring is not available for the NAC use case? So this is, as in this case, the module is for the 230-volt rotating beacons, which you have also seen in the system overview. So therefore, it's not meant for the EN54 signaling devices. This was also what I said before. So therefore, for EN54 signaling devices with line monitoring, please use the I2M1. With regards to the addressing of the system, there was a question, so how many addresses the module will take. Here it is so that it is per used input line. So you will have one logical point, so in maximum 4, and also per connected 4-wire detector, 1 alarm point. So then there were some questions with regards to the power consumption from LSN bus. So there the new modules uses less than 4.5 milliamps. So it is 4.47 milliamps per module. So it's quite a low power consumption compared to our former modules we had. Also, we had one question with regards to the relays. So we have seen that you can use them for 24 volt 4 volt DC connection and 230 volt AC connection. And the question was if one of the relays can be used for 24 volt and the other one for 230 volts. Yes, as they are separated from each other, you can use them independent from each other. What is the difference between and the new one? So the question is, so the module has also the triple resistor monitoring and can monitor the half open valves. So, and then what's the difference to the I2M1? So we have also seen in the comparison slide before, and there it is more so that we have here a more broader set of functionalities in the system itself, and also with regards to the power supply. So the I2M1 is a 4-wire, or it needs a separate power supply for the module itself, and the I4R2, so the new one, is a 2-wire device, which means it's only loop powered by the LSN bus, for example. So one question is with regards to connection of conventional detectors. That we does it mean that you can connect conventional optical smoke detectors? Does the module work as same as the FLM for 2024 con? So here is, so we can, so the I4R2 is designed to work with 4-wire conventional detectors, but if you have 2-wire conventional detectors, as for example the point type detectors, so therefore you need the 4-con. So this one, this functionality is not implemented in the I4R2. So one general question with regards to the installation manual drawings. So if there the connections are implemented, so, and we have a bunch of drawings and wirings in our installation manual available, how to wire these applications or these use cases in within your modules. Then there's a question, will it be possible to apply voltage to the flap? So let me think about if I get the question. Is will it be possible to apply voltage to the flap via the I4R2 module in order to control it? Yes, you can control the power via the relay, and not just take the voltage as is in case of an I2M1 module. Yeah. So therefore, with this external power supply, you can switch the power to the flap. So and therefore it's a difference to the I2M1. So when will the I4R2 interface module appear in the safety system designer? So it will be added with the new release. So the new release is planned for end of March. So maybe latest end of March, beginning of April, these new interface modules will also be added to the Safety Systems Designer. When will the module be available for use and when we have it in the warehouse? So currently we are planning to release the module beginning of March. So beginning of March is currently our aim. So when will the loop tester support the new modules? So we are in parallel working on our loop testing device so that the new modules will at least be shown in the LSNI test tool. So this will be, I guess, a short update of the XML file. So that we're working on, and there will be an additional information released if or when this will be available for you. From what firmware version of the Avenar panel this will work? So it's from the last firmware version, which was released in December for 7.0. The product data sheet will be available. So when the product will be released in our product catalog. So then there's one question. So can this module be used as a replacement for the RHV module? Yes. So this is also one of our aims here. So to replace the RHV module with these I4R2. So that you have also these functionalities in the new module itself. Then we have a question with regards to the switching capacity of the relays. For 24 volt or 230 volt. And there it is, so that it is a maximum of 2000 watts, which at 250 amperes or at 30 volt, it is 8 ampere resistive. Maybe one additional question which popped up many times also in internal sessions we had, which I might share, is, so the question was, so what is the maximum cable length we can use for the outputs and the inputs? So for the outputs, we offer a maximum cable length of around about 1,000 meters, or which means maximum 50 ohms per output. So, and the input line length is a maximum of 30 meters. So as we have also mentioned this for the industrial use case, so that you can install the interface module far away from the application itself. So also these values might be useful for you. So I guess we are through the questions. Yeah.
Great. So if you have any further question, you can also always reach out to Søren or to your local salesperson regarding this or any other of our products. And on that behalf, I also take this opportunity to invite you to register and participate on our next webinar, which will take place on March 25. And it's going to be about our new feature of NexoSpace Fire System Explorer, which is a detector self-test. Please scan the QR code or go to our website where you will find the next webinars available. In case you want to hear about our latest news and do not miss anything, our next webinars, our next product launches, please subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on our new LinkedIn channel, Bosch Life Safety Systems. Søren, thank you very much for your time. I wish you a very nice day.
See you. Thank you all.